Our next speaker, I have the honor of knowing really, really well. She's been someone that inspires me all the time. She's one of the most driven, serial entrepreneurial women I've ever met. She told me a goal recently, and I'm going to speak it from stage because she doesn't know I'm going to do this. I'm going to speak it from stage, and it's not about the money for her. It's about the relentlessness that she has. Her and her husband have faced incredible, incredible adversity in their life. She inspires me every single day. She calls me. She's a real friend. She's someone who's just always there. And she came up with an idea, and I'm sure maybe she'll share it with you, I don't know. But she has got a goal of building $1 billion company. And that may sound a little crazy to all of y'all, but it doesn't sound crazy to me because I know her. And I know she's going to do it. So I'm super proud of her. Where is Micah Mruwat?
Right here.
I was over here taking notes. That's what Brent said to do.
Well, get up here, Micah Mruwat.
Right, $1 billion business.
I didn't even see you over there. This girl right here is going to leave you feeling inspired. She's going to leave you believing you could do more than you ever thought you could. She's certainly done that for me and a lot of other great agents and people around the world. I just love her. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Go Puerto Rico. All right, did I get you guys? Expect the unexpected, right? Now, 1 second, I did not get the clicker. Hey, guys. Gracias. That's gracias, yes. That is as much Spanish as I know. All right. Thank you guys so much for having me out here today. I am incredibly grateful. Today I'm going to share with you a little bit about my story, but today is not about me. It's going to kind of go full circle in why it's important. And can we all agree that life happens, right? So I want to ask you right now, is your business disaster proof? So I got into real estate about 16 years ago. My degree is actually in broadcasting. At age 17, I started working for an NBC affiliate for 4 years, and I was in the news. And my husband had this bright idea. There was long hours. We were starting a family, and he said, why don't you get into real estate? Well, little did we know, that's also long hours, right? But we started diversifying, and we have flipped hundreds of properties in our career, single family, apartment complexes, commercial, restaurants now. Not really quite sure why. I've got some gray hairs because of that. But what we did not know was that we were building long-term wealth for things that were to come. Now, 13 years ago, we lost everything. So as many of these speakers that we've had here today, we have started from the bottom up. My husband moved to the United States about 18 years ago with a few $100s in his pocket. And so we have built what we call today a multi-million-dollar portfolio, but it's not about the money, as Shelley said, it's about the impact that we can make. So it's not about if life is going to happen, it's a matter of when. Brent was talking first thing this morning about that real estate roller coaster, right? How many of you have felt that roller coaster before? Okay, so you get really, really excited, and then you dip. And then what happens? You become unemployed again, and you start the process all over again. How many of you can raise your hand or not, that real estate transactions right now are your only source of income? Okay. How many of you, stand up please, are real estate investors? You own more than one property. I love it. Let's give these guys a round of applause. All right, so about half the room. How many of you would like to invest into real estate in the next 12 months? Go ahead and stand up. I like it. I hope everybody's going to be getting up here. So what I promise you at the end of this presentation, I'm going to share some tangible assets that you can send me a message, and I'm going to send you a real estate investing formula. Commissions alone are not a business plan. They are a gamble. So let's talk about building a safety net. Here are just a few of the multi-streams of incomes that I have. I'm also a real estate agent, so I have real estate commissions, rental income, single family, commercial, stock and revenue share, right, for our EXP agents. Anybody else? Yeah, I got one over there. Now, mind you, I've been with EXP since 2014. So when I originally got into EXP, I was like, I really like tangible assets. It was a penny stock. Well, I can say that it's changed my life. So incredibly grateful for the stock and ownership in EXP. And then, as I mentioned, I have restaurants and about 8 different businesses, including flips and investments. So multiple streams of income. That is the difference. Everybody write this down. We'll pull another Brent Gove. The difference between collapse and comeback. All right, the difference between collapse and comeback. What do I mean by this? So now I'm gonna get real personal with you guys. Remember when I said that we were building a legacy? We were building for events we didn't even know was going to happen yet. So 13 years ago, my youngest son was born. His name is Adele. If you guys follow me on Facebook, you might have seen him as Dancing Adele. He's got the brightest personality of anybody that I've ever seen. But when you pull the curtain, what you don't know, he has such a positive energy because of everything that he's gone through. So imagine this. You have your baby. He doesn't eat or sleep through the night for 6 years. 6 years. Guys, I used to work until 2 o'clock in the morning. I would wake up literally in tears because all I wanted to do was sleep through the night. Okay? I'll get a little bit transparent with you guys. Now, nobody repeat this, or I will deny it. I was so mentally exhausted, I actually purchased the wrong house one time. Talk about mistakes. So literally, look, the MLS photos look almost the same street, different house number. So I check house numbers now. I pulled up, we closed, I went to the house to go check on it, and it was a cash deal, quick close. And I called my husband. I was like, honey, I think I bought the wrong house. I'm getting ready to go to the house we actually just bought. And you know when you stand at the lockbox and you're like, please, dear Lord, don't let it be that bad. So anyway, I digress, but that's what mental exhaustion can do to you. So we went through that. He still has some delays and ongoing treatment. Both of my boys were born with hearing loss. But something else happened May 2024, last year. My oldest son was riding his bicycle in our neighborhood in Puerto Rico. We think that's all pretty safe thing to do, right? And he is struck by a golf cart. Not only is he struck, his face impact that front bar. So if you see here, that's the x-ray. I'll spare you the gruesome photos, but that's the x-ray of his face. Broken nose, orbital, jaw, teeth, everything. Shelly mentioned that we're really good friends. Guess who I called that day? Shelly was there in about 2 minutes. I think she ran a mile to get over there. So that's what true friendship is. Why is this all important? Because when I had to sit there in 15 days in the hospital with my oldest son who was in a coma, I was not worried about work. I was not worried about my income. I had a team that could take over things. And I was very grateful for all the work that I had done all those years prior for that one moment that I could focus on my son. Okay, thank you. So if something like this happened to you, and God forbid, I hope it doesn't, but life will happen, are you prepared? Do you know your why? I know this was mentioned today, but Tony Robbins always says that your why has to be attached to emotion. It cannot be, I want to build $1 billion brand. Yes, I'm delusional enough to think that's going to happen. Hi, my name is Micah and I'm delusional. That's 80% of success. But you know what's behind the $1 billion brand? Are impacts that I want to make. I won't get political, but I do have political things that I want to happen. And in order to do that, I have to be able to fund those things. Is it fair to say that we grew up thinking we should not go after money? Yep. Yes, or is it just me? Right? The fact of the matter is you can't help yourself and other people if you don't go after money, right, in the right way. So I'm a bit out of time here, so we're going to go through this pretty quickly. The first step, everybody write this down. What is your freedom number? Okay. What is your freedom number? That is adding up all your expenses. If that's $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, what is that number? And then we're going to figure out how you can create passive income that exceeds that number. If you need a worksheet, I have one. You can just message me on social media and I'll send that over to you. Acquisition and discipline. In real estate investing, you make your money when you buy right. You make your money when you purchase the property, not when you sell. And then wealth expansion. You have to be agile. You have to have multiple exits. So this picture here are 3 restaurants that I own in Oklahoma City. One of them is now a sports bar. Does anybody like the name Ballers? Ballers Bar and Grill? All right, that was thanks to Shelly. She named it for me. I'm not that creative. And what happened was in August of 2023, our tenant moved out with an 8,000 square foot building that was empty. And instead of just sitting there and sobbing about it, we decided to open a restaurant. How hard can that be? Guys, that's the #1 failing industry. So I have figured out if I can do that and make it profitable, then I should not be scared of the $1 billion plan. So I've heard this quote many years ago. Do I have any Jesse Itzler fans? Right? Jesse, the spouse of Sarah Blakely, which was the youngest self-made billionaire up until I think Kylie Jenner, female anyway. And he always said, remember tomorrow. What can your future self do today that your tomorrow self will thank you for? This can be as little as, I'm gonna do the laundry tonight. I'm gonna do the dishes. I'm gonna make those calls that I've been putting off. I'm going to lead generate. What can you do today? Write it down. That your tomorrow self will thank you. When I'm tired at 9 o'clock at night and I need to do laundry, you know what I do in the morning? I said, thank God I did it last night, because I don't remember being tired, but I know that I can conquer the day now because it's done. So remember tomorrow. And last but not least, life will happen. The question is, will you be ready or will you be vulnerable? Here is my contact information. Feel free to DM me. I'm gonna give you a free copy of my book, Real Estate Investing Formula. And at the end, it has 101 ways to invest in real estate. Thank you, guys.